arm breaks. How do they happen? Why do they happen? And how can we prevent them? And by this point, there's hundreds, possibly even thousands of videos on this topic. But if you're brand new to this sport, or you didn't even know professional arm wrestling was a thing, this video's for you. Question number 1. Why does it happen? Well, you suck at arm wrestling. It's true. Now, I'm not going to say 100% of the time, because I'm sure there's been one guy, at least, that's been doing everything right, still had his arm folded like an omelet. But about 99.9% of the time, it's going to be because of bad positioning. You're pulling wrong. You're pulling wrong. Even the odd time that happens to pros, it's still the same thing. Except in that case, they understand the dangers of the angles and they continue to pull through on purpose because they've probably done it hundreds of times, and just this one time the angles just happen to line up correctly to put enough pressure on that humerus bone. Snap. Okay, so first off, I'm going to say a couple things that may or may not be eye-openers to some people. Okay, so first off, in almost every situation, except for this one, looking at you, Mr. Wheel, opponent doesn't break your arm, okay? You're typically going to break your own arm. Number 2, you can actually break your arm both winning and, of course, losing. Okay, so what is known as the break arm position? Basically, any single time the hand is outside the shoulder line, like this, this is known as the break arm position, and it doesn't take a lot of force to snap a humerus. Now, I shall demonstrate it. I got way too much weight on here. I'm not going to be able to move this. Fuck! And as you can see, it's a very effective strategy. So our bones are great at handling compression, but twisting is a no bueno. So now we know how and why these happen and what to look for. Some ways to avoid this are watch your hand. So by watching your hand, you are very much so less likely to start to get into that terrible position. Another great one is just simply use your body. Win, lose with the body. It's not cheating. Belief is that it's cheating to use your body, but this is just not true at all, okay? It's only to the guys that you arm wrestled in middle school that think that's cheating. Guess where those guys are now? Doing crack. So with this in mind, we can either lean the entire body sideways if we're getting pinned, or an alternate method. If you are going down to your B side, you can actually simply just roll the opposite shoulder that you're not arm wrestling with over to the corner diagonally from it, and it'll keep you in good standing. And absolutely the same exact thing goes for winning. You can follow through and drop your shoulders and your body and your head, everything, until you need a snorkel. And here's one that'll get you. It just might get you. Don't lead with the shoulder, okay? You'll see this sort of thing. It's basically like a press outside of your shoulder. Instead of being here, you're kind of like... So this is the one that you're going to see the most when you see somebody winning and their arm still breaks. It's because of this usually. So never try to lead with the shoulder, okay? If you're gonna press, always behind it. Much safer alternative. Don't lead with the shoulder. So yeah, arm wrestling is actually more of a full body sport than most people think, so use your body. And if some little loud mouth, no good for nothing guy tries to tell you that it's cheating, guess what you can tell him? Tell him it's for safety and efficiency, because it's true. And once again, if you wish to use the press, just make sure that you're not pressing outside your shoulder. Make sure you are directly behind your hand. But if you still don't totally understand the ideas and the angles behind what's safe and what isn't, I advise just don't use the press until you're ready. Be really comfortable with arm wrestling with both safety and efficiency before you start using things like press, because it can hurt you, but it's also a great move, so don't totally stay away from it your entire career. So once you get pretty comfortable with these angles and ideas and how to tell whether you're in bad position or safe position, or whether your opponent, especially if they're more of a junior than you are, make sure that everybody's safe, okay? We don't want no broken bones in this. But if you are to break your own arm, make sure to look your opponent directly in the eyes as you do it. What the fuck else was in the notes?